Let's take a look at the DATEADD and DATEDIFF function available in Microsoft SQL Server. The DATEADD function is a function that adds a time or date interval to a date and then return that new date. This function takes 3 inputs and all 3 are required. You'll need to first provide the interval, so this would be either the year, month, day, hour, or seconds. You'll need to provide the number, and this number will represent the value you'd want to have added to the date you'll submit. And then the final input would be the date. This is the value that you would want the number to be added to. The DATEDIFF function is a function that returns the difference between 2 dates. This function also requires 3 inputs, and all 3 are mandatory. You'll need to provide the interval, so again that will be the day, month, or year. And then you'll need to provide 2 individual dates that you're looking to find the difference between. Let's take a look at these functions in practice to get a better understanding as to how they'll truly work. So here we have an example of both the DATEADD and DATEDIFF function. We'll first look at the DATEADD function. Here we are seeing where we have specified the interval to be month, and we are looking to add 3, as this is the number we've provided, to the date July 25th, 2022. So after executing, we're expecting to see this value or the return result be October 25th, 2023. So we're going to highlight and execute, and the result is as expected. Now we're able to change the interval, so let's go ahead and change it to year. Now we're going to highlight and execute, and our expected result should be July 25th, 2025. Again, the results are as expected. Now with the DATEDIFF function, we're trying to find the difference between 2 dates. And we specifically want to know the interval of months. So we're identifying what is the difference in months between the 2 dates. Now the first date that's provided will be the date in focus, and then the second date provided will be the date you want to identify what is the gap or the difference between that first date. So we'll highlight and execute, and we have returned the value of -2. So what that is saying to us is from the 9th, from September 25th, 2022, there is a -2 months difference between July 25th, 2022. Therefore, we are saying that the month that we are looking at as a secondary value is 2 months before this date. Just to drive home that point, we're going to change the value from September to March. We're going to highlight and execute, and we should now see a positive value being returned, and it will be a +4. The result is as expected, as it is identifying that the gap between March 25th, 2022 and July 25th, 2022 is 4 months. So you'll add 4 to the March to return to reach July 25th, 2022. We're able to also utilize the year interval. So if we were to highlight and execute this, we'll get a value of 0, as it is within the same year. If we were to change this to 2025 and execute, we have returned a value of -3. Therefore, this is saying that the difference between this value provided and this value is 3 years. However, it's 3 years in front of the secondary value. We're also able to use the interval as date, or rather day. We're going to change this from 2025 to 2020, and we're going to execute. The amount of days that are between March 25th, 2020 and July 25th, 2022 is 852. This is just a quick run through as to how to utilize the DATEDIFF and DATEADD functions. Our key takeaways: both functions requires 3 inputs, and all 3 inputs are required. For the DATEADD, you'll need to first provide the interval, so the specific time period you're looking to have the information added to. You'll need to provide the number, so this will be the amount that you want to be added to the date you'll provide. And third, you'll have to provide the date you'd want to have the number be added to. For the DATEDIFF function, you'll need to first specify the interval, then you'll need to provide 2 dates you're trying to find the difference between.